Hey YouTube, it's your boy D7 here, and of course Apple have released the new 4.3.3 firmware update. Now you can jailbreak this with the Redsn0w trick. It is tethered, but just before I do go through the steps, these are the devices that are supported. So it's iPod Touch 3rd Gen, iPod Touch 4th Gen, iPhone 3GS old boot ROM and new boot ROM, iPhone 4 and the iPad 1. Okay guys, now the first thing you want to do is of course connect your device and update via iTunes as normal. So I'll just show you that I am running on 4.3.3 firmware, you can see there. Okay, so then I'm going to give you two download links. One is for Redsn0w 0.9.6 RC14 and the other one is for firmware for every respective device that is supported. Now this is where you need to remember this. So your device is on 4.3.3, but the firmware that you're going to point Redsn0w at is 4.3.2. okay, so you can see here that I've got a copy of the iPod Touch 4th, which is what I'm using for the video, and it's 4.3.2, and that of course works for every device that I've mentioned. So once we have these two downloaded to your desktop, and again this is for Windows and for Mac users, I'm using it on Windows. Make sure your device is connected. Again, this device is running on 4.3.3. We want to open up the file, Redsn0w file, and if you're running on Windows, the first thing I want you to do is right click on the exe file and make sure on Properties, then Compatibility, make sure you have ticked to run with Windows XP Service Pack 3. Okay, on Vista I believe it's Service Pack 2. So make sure you apply those changes and click OK. Once you've done that, we want to double click into the exe folder and run it. Okay, next we're going to browse for the firmware, and I always say to save it to the desktop, easiest place to retrieve it. And again I'm going to select it's 4.3.2. although our devices are on 4.3.3 of course. So once it's ready we can click next. Okay, we can of course make sure we tick Cydia, enable battery percentages, and I'm going to click allow boot animations. Although this is a tethered jailbreak, when you respring, if you use something like SB settings, you'll be able to see the well, it's not really a boot logo, it's just a cover picture, so I'm going to keep that there. Right, okay, so when we get to the next instructions after our select tick boxes, we can now set it into DFU mode, and we have the instructions here. So we're plugging in, make sure obviously the device is connected. I'm just going to put the camera down as I go through the steps. So I'm going to turn the device off. Okay, so once it's off completely, I click next. Home button for 3 seconds, home button and power button for 10 seconds. Release the power button and keep your thumb on the home button, and I'll just show you there of course, like always it's giving you the steps. Okay guys, so once we've jailbroken, you will have of course Cydia in white. Now this of course won't open up straight away after you've jailbroken. You will need to do the tethered boot, so we're not done just yet. I'm just going to drag that to the main screen. Okay, so what we need to do now is we can click finish, and we need to open up Redsn0w again. And repeat the whole process, so browse, select your 4.3.2 again, click next, and this is a process you'll have to repeat every time you need to reboot your device. and all we need to do is uncheck those and just check just boot tethered. Okay, so second time round, just boot tethered. And again, we want to go next. And I'm going to put the camera down, repeat exactly the same steps. So device goes off. Click next, home button for 3 seconds, home button, power button for 10 seconds. Release the power button and keep your thumb on the home button. Okay guys, now you should have your colour back on Cydia. So when you click it to open, it should start up as normal and you'll be able to select with the developer and it will load as normal. Again, I'll just show you that I am on 4.3.3 and tethered versus untethered. So tethered is what this jailbreak is, meaning that every time you install something like SB settings or Winterboard, you will have to repeat the second step of going through Redsn0w and clicking just boot, okay, which isn't really a big deal because at the end of the day I set up my iPhone, iPod touch and iPad within about 20 minutes, then I never ever have to reboot it or switch it off again, and I'm sure there'll be an RC15 of Redsn0w out very soon, which will be able to run over the top as always and turn it into an untethered jailbreak. So guys, it's your boy D7 as always. Thanks for watching. If you do want extra help, I do get a lot of messages on YouTube. It's a lot easier if you come follow me on Twitter because it's just something that I'm always in, rather than having to open up my YouTube account and go into that all day. So it's a lot easier for me to access Twitter. So I'll keep a link down at the bottom. Come hook up on that and I'll keep you guys up to date, and also if you need any help just tweet at me. Alright guys, so don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys real soon.